Here's what my current office studio looks like that you've probably seen on a few of my videos. Just give a quick little scan around here. You probably never saw the top of my network cabinet before. A lot of clutter, as you can see, a lot of things I'm going to be moving out of here. There's my network area. I've shown that several times. We come back over here. We have my bookcase, which I don't get to show the books enough. But as you can see, just a lot of clutter here. I'm going to clean all this out. Welcome again to my latest video. Well, in this one, I'm going to start setting up my cleaned up, tidied up, and slightly changed studio. I mentioned this in the last video, and as you can see, I've already gone ahead and moved my printer over to the other side of the room. No big deal, I didn't bother filming that, but in this video I'm going to show some of the cleanup that I'm going to do, followed by some of the enhancements. If you do get something out of this video that you like or you find useful anyway, at least consider subscribing to my channel. It would be helpful. Well, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to open up a gadget that I bought that is going to help make this job worthwhile. Okay, so here's the mechanism I bought to make this job a little bit easier. There's a label on it that says the Fotodiox triple roller paper drive system with wall mount support. Let me go ahead now and open this up. Got my okay, what do we got in here? Okay, let me open up this one first. See what we got in here. Oh, this is the part that goes up on the wall. So the actual rollers are going to go onto this here. There's going to be 3 of them, slightly offset from each other. There's probably 2 of them in here, right? Yep, 2 of them. Same deal. It's got some of the hardware. It looks like 8 special bolts. I'll have to see what they expect me to do with these and the instructions. I don't see any instructions in here, so hopefully there's instructions in the other one of these other boxes. Let's open these up, see what they are. Pull these out. Okay, well, at least I see instructions in here. Not a lot of instructions. I'll have to read through that and figure that one out. Put that on the side. So this looks like 1 set of rollers for 1 roll of paper. It's like a weight. I wonder if that's the weight that goes at the bottom of the paper. They're probably all the same, but let me open up another one just to be sure. Yep. Oh, this one's got blue on it. And another copy of the instructions. So they give me at least 2 copies. We'll see if the third one has it. Chances are it does. And it has a blue. This is the pull chain that'll be pulled along from the side of this mechanism. It looks like it has the spokes here to do that with. I won't open it up right now. It's pretty self-evident what that is. 2 weights. And then I'll open up this one just to be complete. Same thing, except this one's got a black one. So we got an orange, a blue, and a black pull chain. It's not really a chain, it's plastic. And weights for all of them. And a 3rd set of instructions. If I lose one, I got 2 backups. Now there's one more thing. I got to reach over here and get this. It's going to be kind of hard to show it on the camera, but it's 1 roll of paper. So it looks like the end cap is actually busted a little bit. Won't pull it all the way out, but as you can see, it's a giant roll. I believe this is 82 inches long of white paper. I won't take the plastic off right now just to protect it. Okay, now with that box opening out of the way, you got to see the different pieces that are going to go into this mechanism that's going to have paper coming down. My next step is to start cleaning this area out. I'm going to start in sections, put it on the other side of the room, sort it all out and decide which parts of it I want to come back, which parts of it I want to put somewhere else, and which parts of it I just want to throw out. So let's get started. Okay, let me go ahead now and start with this corner right here and work my way up to this. Okay, now it's time to clean the other side of this room here. There's a lot to pull out. Junk from the top all the way to the bottom, including random network cables coming off of this that I'm going to remove. Okay, let me get started with this. Now it's time to install the actual drive mechanism and the backdrop. I'm using heavy-duty lag screws to do this, and of course the bracket, making sure that I have the mechanism itself, the drive mechanism, properly installed on the bracket before I put it in position and start to bolt it down. Now I did the same on the other side, first getting the screws in deep and making sure that they're seated properly. Due to limitations between the mechanism and the ceiling, I have to get the actual paper roll on before I secure the right-hand side. And then once positioned properly, then I can go ahead and secure both together at the same time. That means if I have to remove it, I'll have to remove the brackets in order to get the paper out, at least this particular top roll of it. Now I have to secure the roll to the mechanism using the tightener screw that exists on each side of it. This is important to make sure it has a nice, comfortable, tight fit. At this point, I need to remove some extra length that exists in this pull chain that's going to get in the way. And then I have to feed it across the sprocket in order to get the mechanism to work properly. Finally, I put the weight on the chain and I have to reattach the two ends of the chain. Looks good. Now it's up, and I'm going to remove the plastic protector from it. Being very careful not to get any dirty hands on that. And then finally I put this piece of wood molding that I'm going to put at the bottom of the paper in order to give it nice texture and go down straight every time that I try to use it. I've cut the molding to length and now I need to attach it. I'm just going to use some industrial strength staples in order to hold it onto the paper and make sure it doesn't come off very easily. Now that the molding is fully attached, let me test it a little bit. With the chain, pulling it up and then pulling it down again and making sure that I can actually go all the way down to the floor if I need to, which is probably the way I'm going to do it most of the time. And here it is in place. The camera can't get a good focus, but it's up and running. Okay, my office / studio redo is finally done. I'll start with the desk itself. I changed my anti-static mat to a gray one. The other one was sort of beat up after a while. Same 3 monitors, but I've gotten rid of virtually all the clutter. I even put my Chinese English scroll up there for the Art of War. Put some of my engravers out there and a trophy. Now you can see my bookshelf really well. The screen is all set up. This backup computer. Oh, by the way, hint, hint, this is coming for an upgrade again soon. I put this glass shelf up, well, metal and glass. There's my PE4Doers hat that my daughter gave me. There's my Akaso camera. There's my Panasonic FZ1000. That's the shelf where this camera goes, the Sony ZF-1. And of course the light that I just reviewed in my last video. Then over on this shelf here, you see I have completely redid it. Starting from the very top, organized everything, straightened it all out, gotten rid of all of the garbage. There's my network table, and even down underneath here, I straightened it all out. Okay, so here's the PE4Doers Studio/Home Office Rev 1. Well, that concludes my video where I'm redoing my home office/studio. I hope you liked it, and hopefully you got something out of my cleaning up and redoing of this studio. If you did, at least consider subscribing to my channel. It would really be helpful. Just click on my little head that'll pop up here soon, follow along, and subscribe. Anyway, until the next time, I do hope everybody takes care and stays healthy. Thank you for watching.